All right. Possibly the final game starting up right now. Can KT finish this out? Can there be new champs crowned here tonight? Well, this morning in my case, but oh wow. See, look at it. Oh, it's Talia. Gotta love the cosplayers. Sivir. Somebody pretending to hold the cup. Ari.
They have been playing so incredibly.
Alright, guys. This might be it. But you can't count out T1. Can't count out Faker.
1 to T1. KT playing so well.
They're comfortable under pressure.
But we have seen teams be in this 2-1 position before.
Yep.
And not
They
be
might
able
reverse
to
sweep.
Close it out. T1 themselves have found themselves 1-2 down and bounced back in the most pressure situations. But after that game,
This is it.
number 3
One
for
game
T1
away
does really feel like KT,
from
their
earning their
balance is
legacy.
So on point, and the level of gameplay in particular is. Again,
I low-key
having
want
watched
KT
this
to win
team
just so I could go to
just
bed because it's
go
literally
rotating
5:30 in the
more,
morning.
we had Potter come in, we had
I'm
Ray
too
at the
invested
beginning
at
of
this
the
point,
year,
so
we had casting,
all right,
and yet here we are,
let's see what happens.
2-1 up against the greatest League of Legends organization.
Heavy is the crown.
And I have so much respect
Can they
for players
decrown
able to
the
work
king?
their way through difficult times, complete an arduous journey, and
This
make
is
it
what you
back to
ask
the
for.
very top.
Heavy is the
So
crown.
with this roster,
Possible
can
final
KT
draft.
actually eliminate T1? As you said, T1 are
Here we go.
notoriously hard to eliminate from Worlds. They have been there before with their backs against
They're gonna
the
have to
wall
work
in
their
must-win
ass off here
games.
if they
now
want to
into the
seal
draft,
this
T1
victory
once again on blue side
and
here
knock out
for game number
T1.
4 of Fearless
Oh,
Draft.
looks like we aren't gonna see Ziggs. I was hoping we could see a Ziggs and Pantheon, but guess that's
So
not gonna
Galio,
happen.
Nocturne combinations, maybe a Camille in there as well. Some of these
Yeah,
T1
Galio.
champions
I can
that
see
you have seen
Galio
them
for
use
Faker.
create dive comps. That could be a tool
Or
that they use
KT
very
is just
aggressively.
gonna
Okay,
take
they're
it.
gonna start out with bot lane.
Oh, Callista.
Now we have, for the second game in a row, despite the struggles on Yunara in the previous game, T1 doubling down, tripling down on Gumayushi, being the center of their early draft strategy. Yunara did not work out for them. It was not enough. The Callista,
Nah.
incredibly oppressive champion at early stages.
Yunara,
of the game.
just not enough
Set up an
damage the
explosive
last
bot lane
game.
matchup, but the
Trundle.
is there for Cuz.
Okay, I like the Trundle for KT.
Known Trundle blind. I don't want to say hater because that's too much, but I don't love it. We'll see though. Cuz thus far has earned.
I like the
confidence
Trundle,
in
man.
This tournament, and is really good.
I'm liking the Trundle.
Being able to slow her down and make sure that she doesn't get the space that she so desperately needs in fights. This is also, again, there's a layer to
Ooh,
this, right? There's the
Caitlyn.
fact that Doc Dom had a great Callista game against Gen G, but he might now
Another
be
one of my
picking up the
mains.
Caitlyn here to try
I like
and
that.
fight
I like
for
that
bot
too.
lane prio.
And this is a very powerful siege combination. Trundle pillars with Caitlyn pushing early, assuming that Peter is
Oh,
actually
yep,
going
there's
to
the
play a
Nocturne
bully support.
for owner.
Sometimes they have actually, for KT, they did like Caitlyn Braum. They didn't necessarily fully index into a Caitlyn Lux or Morgana or Karma type lane. And so
Ooh, Morgana. I would like to see a Morgana. I don't really see it. Actually, you kind of see her a lot. Sometimes mid. Sometimes you see her mid.
Here is the Nocturne that we were talking about earlier. Does get locked in for T1, and I really do think those combination comps are going to come through for them with the heavy dive.
Renata.
Areas Renata here. He's going to have a big one.
And for lane, that feels good. But Renata, blind can get punished. Obviously, the 2v2 is absolutely devastating. And that's why T1, I think, have really struggled in this series. It feels like KT's early game has been better.
I don't know. I'm liking the draft so far for KT.
Be blinding Cassio. You're playing Cassio into what is already such a short-range composition. Is going to be feeling impeccable. And it was this pick that got KT over the line against Gen G.
It was, and now against the support like the Renata, luckily has the Callista to bail her out, but the pillar
T1 might be cooked.
Any immobile champion, something that has to be respected with the Caitlyn, with the Cassio.
It's a new sheriff in town, guys.
Miasmo, having a pillar placed behind
I
you
like
means
this
there's
draft
no
for KT.
chance for escape, but T1 bringing out a lot of comfort, bringing out a lot of power here in the first phase.
And you can protection ban the Galio because you third pick this Cassio on red side. There you go, and you can whittle down on even the few options that Faker does have left.
Who we got for
the Camille Galio Nocturne?
who we got for top lane for
I like
T1?
the Arn, though, as far as the ban, because you know that KT have very strong
Galio
scaling
being
and all
banned.
building towards that big team.
Man, all of
It
Faker's
feels
champs
kind of
banned.
awkward, 'cause normally what you
Galio,
wanna do is
Orianna,
push an outranger, right?
Azir.
Go for something like the way, which we've seen a decent amount of.
That's crazy.
And I think it's okay, but it doesn't really synergize that well with the Nocturne, right? You'd rather play something that can actually
Earn
dive
your
in, that
legacy.
can go in aggressively, but trying to play any dive into Cassio, into Trundle, into Caitlyn just doesn't feel great. And there you go, KT.
Let's
saying
go,
we're not
Faker.
gonna
I
take
still
that
believe in you.
gamble. We don't care about the pump mismatch. We want
Haven't
to
lost
protect
faith.
BD with 2 bans towards Faker. 4 in total here. Setting
Away.
BD up for success.
Jesus. So
So
many mid-champion bans. They're just trying to shut Faker
Not
down.
able to find that win on his Viego. Now we're seeing 2 more conventional meta picks get taken off the board. KT feels so set up for success here. Faker's champion pool so heavily diminished.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I like what I'm seeing from Score. He is a legacy player for KT. The organization really has
Oh,
relied
and
on
the
him
Nautilus
years and
for...
years as
Oh,
player,
no,
as coach,
Blitzcrank.
and he's setting them up again. Oh my goodness, is it going to be the Crank?
It's gonna be the
Blitz, I
crank.
don't like the Nautilus matchup into Renata. Feels nigh unplayable, but Blitz is a different story altogether.
It's-
Peter!
Oh!
Tom Kench.
Tom
Okay,
Kench.
answer into the power that this Nocturne can bring. Denies a lot of the dive.
Yeah, exactly. He knows that they're going to.
Bro, I
round
like
out
this
the rest
draft
of this
from
round with
KT.
more dive, so preemptively grabbing the Tom Kench.
First Kench that we've seen this tournament as well, and it's perfect that he's gonna get the counter pick. What is Doran going to go towards? That is a Doran classic certified. Was
Banger?
one of the pivotal
Oh.
points as I was thinking
Anivia?
about this.
Nah.
Yeah, locked in.
Anivia locked
Obviously, a champion
in?
against champions like Trundle and the Tom
For
Kench,
Faker.
The power of that ulti to really slow you down. The walls against a Cassio can be devastating.
We get to
Doran
see
is on,
the
Yoran
bird,
on. Often we see
the
these
ice
blind
bird
picks.
Anivia.
And gentlemen, it feels a bit
For
scattered
Faker.
for T1.
Yeah, it's still got to be the Gragas.
Yep,
They
still gonna
round
be
it
the
out.
Gragas.
Okay, it is a bit versatile. Honestly, though, I'm favoring the KT side. At the
That's what
moment,
I'm
and they get
saying,
counter.
dude. I'm not liking the, I'm not loving the T1 draft.
No, 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 no.
Oh, Mordekaiser. Please pick Mord.
What is he going to lock in here?
Interesting.
Perfect.
It's Mordekaiser.
It is interesting because Mordekaiser is a champion that can still split push even when faced with Nocturne comps.
True.
So I do like it even when T1 has
Nope,
ways to
KT
attack
just
side
won.
lanes, with
KT
Nocturne
won
and
with this
people
draft,
joining,
bro.
It is something that can still always have threat there due to the Mordekaiser ultimate.
I will also just say, in terms of ease of execution, there's almost no reliable hard CC on the
KT
entire
just won
KT lineup.
with this
They're really
draft.
gonna need to
I'm
have the
telling
full
you.
map control
I
better
do
on the
not
setup.
love this
Because
draft from
outside, you have
T1.
these walls that can catch people out that matches the one piece of CC that feels
Of course,
like could do
you
something
can
for
never
KT.
count them
Push the
out,
pillar.
but
You've got the stuns, you've got the
they have an
Renata,
amazing
Gragas,
record
potentially
being
set up
down.
plays. Huge,
1 to
I think,
2.
burden on Doran to be the guy who can make this happen.
And it was 2023 spring finals where Doran had a
This
truly
could be it.
majestic performance on the Gragas. That was back then into T1, to which this day in the LCK there is a discussion as to whether or not he was
Yeah, look at
robbed
that
from
light
MVP
shining on the
for
trophy.
How good his Gragas was, and that is with match point.
Oh, it says like every
KT,
team to win, I
what
think.
T1 decides to trust him with.
That's fire.
KT on the cusp of
On
winning
the
their
cusp
first
of victory.
trophy in their first finals after their first semi-finals. An unprecedented run, but they are going up against T1, the greatest to ever do it. A team hungry to find redemption for Faker. 2015, 2016, denied in 2017. This roster wants to be the first to make the
The
three-peat
first
happen.
three-peat. Oh, so much on the line, bro.
Three-peat. And as you say it, Keria flashes the Faker emotes. See if they can actually do it this time. T1, of course, they have to approach this as
Okay.
one game at a time. Every single game
Let's
must
see.
win for them to extend the series.
Is KT
Every
going to
play
get first
critical,
blood?
including the the level
Oh.
ones.
Faker trying to move away.
Some early combat here. Oh. Wow. Flash already out of owner.
Going to start to take over in the jungle.
Yeah, Trundle definitely can go for invades and look to punish flashes.
Yeah, BJ Trundle with a flashless Nocturne definitely big, as we can see. A little bit of a trip down memory
2013,
lane.
2015,
T1, as we
2016,
keep saying, in case you know, maybe you just tune in, maybe you're like, what's
2017.
what's about? Have had so many ups and downs, and in this modern era, it's been the four-man core of Owner, Faker, Guma, and Carrier. We've had Kana originally in 2021. We've had Zeus in
This
23,
is what you
20,
asked
22,
for,
23, and
heavy is the
24. And now
ground,
Doran,
fire in the
their backs
sunrise.
against the wall.
Bingo? Oh, I
Outfitting
thought
is
that was going to hit.
KT roster that stands in front of T1.
Nah, that
when
is
it was
so
T1
fitting.
in 2013 that went
This
over
is
them
pure cinema.
to go get their first.
Finish the mission. Come on.
He can
No.
do it. Okay, Owner, no flash, but it doesn't matter. He can still.
I love how I just switched
clear
sides
and
like at the
Nocturne, you
start.
wanna
I was
go
like,
big
let's go
at least two
T1,
times.
but now I kind of want to see
beat the
KT
jungle
win.
maps.
Yeah, and then
Not gonna lie.
just clear
Like,
it
both
piece,
would
and
be
then your
awesome.
flash will be up in no
Like, to
time.
get the
Like,
three-peat would be awesome, but I don't know. Like, KT is playing so well.
Neither one wants to be too aggressive with their cooldowns.
But
Obviously, if a single Nox just
I would be
lasts
okay with either, honestly.
BDD to just run Faker down is very real. Nice
Oh.
handshake coming in. Immediate barrier coming out from Dom. Gumayushi using a barrier of his own just in case the tower shot does come through. So super dominant 2v2 here already from the side of T1.
And I do think you kind of know that when the Kench gets locked in, you're just not going to have the laning
I
pressure. This
hate
is
going
one
up
game
against
that
Kalista,
is
too.
expected to have pressure as you go deeper into the series, right? As you or rather into the game, when the dive will inevitably
Ooh, using the
follow.
new Mordekaiser skin.
Go Kench into Anivia and Gragas
Man, come on,
rails.
Faker. You
Quite
couldn't
as
use
good
one
as
skin for us.
Nocturne and the
For the
all-in
three-peat.
Guma and Carrier. Feels good to
One
play,
time for
but
the three-peat.
Anivia really makes it hard for you to actually reliably protect your carry, get W's off, and Gragas kind of self-explanatory. His ability to create space. Carry up!
Flash away.
Oh, Carrier
Just
using the flash
Quick on the reaction,
offensively.
crucial, but that is a flash down in the laning phase. And again, while Owner is flashless, may still be in a position come level 6 to really force this dive before Peter
Man, that
has
was
access
such
to
a fast reaction time from
big for the
Dom.
T1 bottom lane that T1 want to play through their bottom lane here with this comp.
They're playing
Kalista,
so
Renata,
aggressive.
Nocturne trifecta that they've been able to get for themselves. And it is going to mean guaranteed bot side. Scuttle Crab with
Dude,
Doran
I
there,
think-
and the ward as well
I'm
from
scared for
Doran.
T1.
Time from top lane.
I like the draft more from
So they'll
KT,
know that this time around, 'cause it's been
as
the
I
same
keep
thing as
saying,
last time,
but I will say it
create
again.
The clear into recall and then look for the crab.
I do like, though, you see, even though Nocturne isn't necessarily like the #1 dive
This
champion,
could be it.
all the precautions are being taken. Cuz actually hovers there to see if they go for the crash, or for the dive on the first crash. Dum's still going to be substantially behind, though. Force the base.
All boxes being checked.
In the way of T1 here in this fourth game.
Cuz going for the scuttle.
Shut down that Caitlyn early game that's so
Yeah, you
often
can see the
is
scuttle
incredibly
growing,
aggressive.
bro.
Now
Uh-oh.
top side, Doran. May have to
I
be careful
thought
with
Cuz was going
awareness,
for
though,
Doran.
They should
and
know.
see the potential gank coming, knowing that there's really no play on the bottom side to be had for KT.
Gingham.
Early stages of Mordekaiser versus Gragas, not too big. Plenty of sustain on the Gragas, no problem. So just a farm fest up there as both junglers will go into their second re-clears. It's going to be a little bit quicker, of course, for Owner because of Cuz's little altered path where he goes for the quick recall there.
It'd be crazy if we got like a
We'll see once
solo
again if the
kill,
Nocturne
like
does
on
end up
Faker or
on the
something.
side of the map. Currently, though, Carrier
Or
is
on anybody, really.
hovering into the
I haven't really
bottom
seen
wall.
like many solo kills, like 1v1.
Are seeing Faker.
I don't think we've seen any,
Very much
actually.
the best of trades, but not really bought. It has his egg still available. We'll see if Cuz can make something happen. Might look here. Has his Raptors just now done. Making his way over. Even getting a summoner or getting the egg would be big. And
Faker grounded. on the
Oh,
way in.
Faker.
Good wall. The force to
Oh!
BDD full committing, even though he has
Oh,
the
and the
advantage.
passive
Get the
comes
passive
out.
Out of Faker.
Oh, they're
Cuz
trying to
Peter on the way. The
flash
two
over the
runners
wall.
wanna get the kill to
Oh!
Faker. Cuz in the end.
First blood on Faker again.
Game. KT, they send all
Bro, that's
again
3
to
games.
mid lane, to BDD to make
That's
it
3
happen.
games, I'm pretty sure.
It's
First
Cuz that
blood,
gets the kill
all
again.
games.
Now we
Or
saw
no,
how that
3 games. First blood on
T1
Faker.
wanting to look for the punish here.
Carry and
Oh,
Guma are
looking to
powerful,
contest
heel of
for
those.
Dragon.
Block them out to 50-50.
Oh!
Flash away
Nocturne
with the handshake.
steals
Peter
the
barely
owner
able to make it out
steals the
alive.
Dragon
Good
with
recovery
authority.
from T1.
And he flashes for that. He's like, no, trust me. I got this. Takes
With
the wheel
authority.
and finds the 50-50 steal.
Sometimes you need inspiration when your team are backs against the walls and you just
Yeah,
lost
that
out
was-
first blood mid. You have to come up with some
That was
really big
aggressive.
plays, and throwing it there, throwing the flash for the flip, getting it for owner.
T1 get the objective, and now they've set up Doc Dom in the mid lane, but Peter a little bit late. You
First
can see
Drake
how
going to
he was
T1.
comfortable in that 1v1. It's so difficult for Doc
All right,
Dom.
that's the energy that
Peter just a little
that
bit
they're
more
gonna
behind
need.
him. He very likely
They're gonna
would die
turn
like
this
the
thing
one we're
around.
seeing here. Luckily, Peter is there to cover. Knockup will not connect. Nice initial stun from Faker. Procs the phase rush, will back away. Doesn't have any damage under his belt yet, or that could have been a lot more concerning for the side of KT.
It's nice. You know, you get a little indicator for where you need to throw your stun. As Cuz will be able to maintain this lead. Thanks to the
Whoa,
kill
where's
he got.
this,
About to hit 6
Where's
now.
Faker going?
That is going
Top
to be when
lane?
he comes online is perfect.
Oh!
Flash away.
Ooh, if
Doesn't wanna risk going
that
into the
that
death
stun
realms and come
hit,
out a few seconds later on the wrong side of the
Mordekaiser would have been
wall.
in some
Faker.
trouble.
And I do really love when people play goofy skins in very high stakes matchups.
Gragas
Gotta love that.
Classic.
Uh,
All right, so much tension though, so much riding on this game as we get the swaps back out, and KT opting to send Caitlyn up to the top side of the map, whereas Guma and Keria have full priority.
I love when the commentators just like
on BD
take a
Newscast.
break from the action and just
Looking
like
at
make
how
some
your
jokes
game
just to
setups are
like,
gonna go.
you know,
It's-
just refresh the
feels like
audience.
who gets to the objective first, right? If you're able to use the priority in your lanes, use the priority.
Okay, looks like a lane swap for mid and top, so. Oh wait, Gragas is bot. Okay, so top went to bot, Faker went to top, and bot went to mid. Interesting.
For KT, again, it feels like it's going to come down to what can we
All
find in the
right,
team
this
fight.
time T1 going for the
Excellent lane
grubs.
T1 again, Faker easily able to wave clear, even in the face of the Caitlyn Tom Kench. Good lane, mid lane control from Keria and Gumayushi, and now Owner walks his way up top side. Immediate 3 grubs secure.
Yeah, they got those grubs
T1
fast.
Continuing to stack the objectives that they need in this game. Using Guma and Keria, their priority nicely. They rotate over from mid lane to the grubs, up to top lane, and want to keep that pressure on.
Hey, they got the first dragon as well. You know, the way in which they did it was high risk, but ended up
All
working
planned.
out. All planned. Oh, I mean, Owner knew, you know. Otherwise, you're a Nocturne that uses his flash for no reason, but he trusted his smite button.
And they know that they are going to need to continue to stack those objectives. So we'll see if the emphasis on the earlier Dragon Soul for them does come to fruition. Kalista, of course, looking to be a snowball.
Ooh, and I do love that it's Docton playing that Caitlyn skin from DRX. The last time that T1 lost in the finals, it was against that team as Faker. Should be fine here, but his prio is continuously maintained, and look at the top side. T1 keeping these waves shoved in, and plates will be there.
Getting a lot of
This
damage
feels
on
like
that
the first
top side
game where
tower.
T1 are able to build such a clear advantage in the early stages. Yes, BDD has a
Oh,
small goal
getting
lead,
some
but
plates.
essentially no one can stop this man
That'll,
from pushing in,
that
from
might
building
come in
a great
handy.
advantage. And
Little
you already
extra
talked about
gold in the
Drake's stats, right?
pockets.
Kalista, a champion who very effortlessly can contest the big smites of the game, and when Owner and Guma are working together, it feels pretty impossible for KT to stop an objective that T1 have started.
Guma on a lot of champions is pretty good at.
It's crazy how they just know like
Been known for that, yeah.
the range
He
of the
has
turrets
stolen
so
at
well.
this
Like
tournament multiple
they like
Dragon
go
Souls.
right on the brink
Different
of the
carry
tower hitting
champions.
them,
This
but
time
they
around,
just
though, we continue the farm fest.
it's like they could see the
Love
range.
it. You know, it's
Bringing
game
the LCK to the
It
world
wouldn't be
stage.
your final
World's
cast if we didn't
finals.
get a little, the appropriate pace for an
Obviously,
LCK matchup.
the main issue is that normally we go completely off topic.
Sure.
We're not going to do that here.
No.
Um,
Professionalism.
yeah, obviously. There's a hex plate now done here for Owner. We'll have that available going into the first fight. Looks like double Roa to come through here for T1 as well.
20 seconds.
Ooh, BDD close to his.
At this stage, however, it feels like T1 just ahead in terms of overall prio. Yes, BDD has mid lane push, but really has to be careful about wandering into Fog of War when Owner has access to that ultimate. Cuz has finished the Sundered Sky, not opting for a Trinity Force, knowing he might need a bit more sustain. Let's carry a bit of poke onto Peter, and T1 with this bot lane push, very likely set up to be first to the Drake.
Owner's there, trying to, I think, scout out, and this time T1, if they can set up again, trying to regain control into Renata, into Anivia, kind of a nightmare. We haven't really talked about it too much, but the engage from KT, just not the best. It's really looking like a full commit or bust.
Cuz ready for the 50-50, Faker off to the side, decent damage on
Oh,
BDD.
okay, Owner going all in.
Flashback coming out from Cuz, wall there as well as BDD just barely able to skirt around the edge. So the objective set up now for the side of T1, double TPs.
Oh!
Claim of it for a bit more.
Peter goes over the wall. Oh, okay, Nocturne is going to secure the Drake.
But again, they don't have the tools
Oh!
to fight going, and those Peter
Mordekaiser gets the pull.
CC. Perfect fighting up to the side, dragging Faker into the death realm.
Oh, Mordekaiser is...
The four-man!
Oh! Oh, Doran goes down. Oh, ace in the hole on Kyria.
Will not be able to make the
oh, and KT getting feet.
Oh, Doran's gonna want that.
Oh, Peter's still engaging. Oh, Peter. Peter a little going too far. Yep. Oh, yeah. Little too greedy.
The roller coaster, sometimes a bit of a bumpy ride, but as we highlighted, it's BDD that takes this fight into his own hands. That you see KT, they at first very respectful of the amount of disengage available on T1, and it's not until this pillar comes through that they're really ready to commit.
Yeah, and they try and pincer them against, then Doran goes for the big play, but he's left in the middle, and BDD hits the ultimate, peeling all the rest of the DPS, getting those stuns. And T1 get chased out.
And Perfect, while that was happening, took out one of the big DPS sources for T1. Even though he doesn't actually take out Faker, we can see there, the BDD topping those damage charts on Faker. He was just hitting a Mordekaiser.
Nothing could do. Guma, BDD, the points of pressure that we look at for both teams. Gumayushi does go down in the end, giving a lot of that gold back to Docdom, crucially for this KT lineup. And BDD now with a row of
nice dodge.
Faker struggles to complete his. Is in an excellent position in the fights to come. Again, 1 minute and 30 seconds now until that Herald is available. Top side still close. Mid lane still very much dominated by Guma. T1 would really like to have that prio advantage ahead of this next objective.
Yeah, they made the call. Just try and go for Docdom. You know, Doran getting in there for the knockback, but they didn't have the damage to follow it back up. And so the extra kills here for KT, but T1 preemptively got the Dragon. So that plan of stacking the Drakes is still there.
Yep, T1 adding the pressure of getting the Dragons. One more Dragon and they will be at soul point.
Going to become even more annoying when you become
it's going to play a factor.
Immovable object in that side. And a lot of champions that, even with the Roas, even with the Seraphs, are going to chew through a ton of mana. As right now, KT feeling like, despite everything that's happened, game basically that even, right? If anything, it's in favor of T1, given that we've seen the Grubs go their way, given that they're currently up a whole whopping 2 plants as well.
And remember the context of all of KT's kills. It is a lot of flashes, it is a lot of full committals with very long cooldown sums and abilities. T1 still have a much easier time setting up fights, setting up picks, and because they've secured those 2 Drakes, they will inevitably be allowed to force at least one fight on their own terms, even now as we see both teams setting up for the Herald.
And I think that will be necessary for T1, because KT, they have used this Caitlyn so effectively from the very beginning of the tournament, and they've constantly looked towards the late game with this champion for Docdom, and the siege power, the extra range. KT right now, speaking of siege,
Cuz almost locking up Gumi in between the wall and the pillar.
They've got control and access to the Rift Herald as well.
Okay, Herald should be T1's. I do not think KT is going to contest this. Yeah, it's already gone. It's already gone.
Extra time in the game.
Early objective stacking going the way of T1.
Yeah, T1's going ham on these objectives.
As a possible play onto Doran here, a dive with about 50 seconds left on the clock would be big.
Owner on the way.
Oh, dive. Looking to dive Doran. Everybody's coming bot. Uh-oh. Here it comes.
Now going down. Owner turning off the lights. All of KT immediately.
Oh, Nocturne coming in.
Caught out. Trying to stay standing with the thick skin. Abyss will dive away.
And they're going to give up on that dive.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's so hard to force anything.
Almost got the Mordekaiser as he's backing. Uh-oh.
Read them like a book. The 5-man rotation gets punished heavily. They're ready to keep
what a fast reaction.
That Gragas will not be taken down. And then on the cross map, the topside turret falls.
And now they're in a perfect position to contest this next Drake.
Ooh, ace in the hole. Just for some extra damage.
Is able to chip away at Gumayushi's health bar, but with the Blade of the Rune King and red buff, Guma forced to be reckoned with. KT poking their
Getting
heads,
a troll to the face.
Vision,
Oh.
on the flank. Perfect can find his way in.
Getting hit with the Anivia wall.
Through the mid lane, however.
Look at the flank from Doran here, trying to hide there.
Now KT is pressured to get this dragon because they don't want T1 at soul point.
Summoned in the mid lane.
Uh-oh.
5 at the pit. Flash ulti available for BDD if he wants to try and find it. Perfect isolated.
Oh!
Hostile takeover stops Peter from going any further. Docdam completely isolated. Cooking the barrel for just a little bit longer, and now the Drake is going to go down.
Oh!
Taking it. Docdam isolated. And Perfect trying to force a fight with Faker, but he gets nothing as the wall comes in to interrupt over the wall. The ulti from BDD, he might get a couple more kills, but again, the objective belongs to KT. Even as T1 begin to fall.
Oh, man.
To turn it. But have they overcommitted the wall there, trying to carry a Faker running in, obliterate, connecting for full
Faker, get out of there.
Waiting a few seconds for the pillar, but the stun clutch to disengage for the side of
Wow.
T1.
Who got that dragon? Oh, T1 got the dragon. I think the commentator said KT got it, but KT is winning the fights, but yeah.
I think it's still good because they can still keep up their timeline for Dragon Soul.
I think you take it because of the double steal that comes through, right? Because they're unable
T1 is getting the dragons, but losing the fights.
I want to look at the amount of flashes that are blown here for KT. As Docdam gets taken down, completely focused by Guma, who stays alive until BDD gets on top of him. But the stalling here is a big deal, and the trades aren't that bad when it comes to kills here for T1. And with that objective going their way, so many summoners were blown there for KT.
And I think the big thing that I'm looking at is the effectiveness of this Tahm Kench. This is a moment where across this series it's felt like Peter, Docdam have been doing well.
1 second.
Docdam's been getting caught out, but you saw there the disconnect. Peter flashes in to try to devour Docdam. Docdam flashes over the wall. They can't get the angle. And those moments of miscoordination are effortless for T1 to punish. And this is something they cannot afford because they're already falling behind in terms of map pressure. Even if they have a kill advantage, they're behind in gold. Single mistakes like that could cost them everything.
And I'm looking at Owner's smite button.
Oh yeah.
Inspect that thing. This guy is cold as hell, man. Keeps on getting these dragons. Started out the game with a flash to go steal it. Can he do one more? Does he have one more in him?
And started off the game without a flash to speak of. When it comes off cooldown, he flashes to steal it. And again, this is the member that we've heralded on this T1 lineup as the most consistent point. Being clutch around these objectives is crucial because now you see the runway.
T1 up 1k gold about. Going for the blue buff.
2013 OG.
Things are tense.
Those telecom wars going the distance. Will we go the distance here?
we very well might go to the distance. We very well might go the distance.
I'm down.
It's a throwback.
Let's get double Zeds, double Shens back
Fearless
in there.
Game 5 blind pick.
Run it back.
We could do that, right? It's fine.
We have that authority, I'm sure.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, let's get a flashback pick. Faker on a Zed that he used to be so good at.
It does mean that I expect T1 to maintain prio in these lanes, because not having flash means that you're much more susceptible to a Nocturne showing up and taking your...
Oh, their mid tower is down already.
We've seen
4KT. Wait, move the camera faster, man. Okay.
They might just full send in on Otacon.
Nah, they ain't trying Otacon. Nah. Oh man, those minions top are collapsing on the tower, man.
Perfect has.
Oh! Oh!
The ulti not stacked up. Perfect going forward just a little bit longer.
Perfect. What are you? You are deep, my friend. Uh-oh. Perfect. Man, he was so far ahead of his team.
Heal on the way. Faker finding a bit more damage. BDD isolated. Hostile takeover going to
Uh-oh. Cuz is isolated. Oh, Doc down.
But it's T1 taking the Otacon. Guma securing the
T1 got the Otacon.
There it is. The
Oh.
second smite for T1 strikes again as Otacon goes their way.
Dang, dude.
Man, that was a tense
T1's going
one.
ham on the
I
objectives.
think at the beginning is have Mordekaiser just run at owner and try and ult owner. But look at Perfect getting kited. The Anivia does so much work keeping him at bay.
That
Very
wall
well,
was, that was a great
trying to help,
wall
trying to delay.
from Faker.
And as the ult goes down there, they kite it back out. Otacon resetting. They put so many.
Yeah, I feel like they were
spears
just,
into this
yeah,
Otacon.
there's the wall going out again.
Champion to pull into death round 1v1, then a Kalista that has been accelerated. Unfortunate from the side of KT.
Yeah.
You see that they have the damage, that they have the items. They just cannot put it where it counts, and ultimately that just means that T1 are even further ahead.
I just feel like they were so isolated in that team fight. It's like
20 seconds until T1 are set up to
the
take
Mordekaiser was by himself for a long time. Then Trundle got
They are
separated.
second to the objective. And if this soul goes over, barring an Elder flip, T1's got to be feeling real good.
Doran isolated for a moment. The miasma just a little bit late as Faker's off to the side. Good damage.
Oh,
on the
Perfect
kick
trying to
things
get
off.
another pull.
Cuz still eating a bit of damage. The poke from T1.
He's got the honey fruit to help. All right, this dragon's gonna be important. Uh-oh. Oh, Nocturne using the ult. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Mordekaiser. Oh. Oh! Broke his broke his ankles.
Right as he comes out, he is stunned, but he won't be taken
Uh-oh.
down. All of T1
Oof.
is hit. The spears,
These
stacks,
trades.
smites available.
Faker's going to teleport back. They're recalling Mordekaiser and the Anivia.
The fight just continues to go. 6K getting lower.
Uh-oh, is it a 4v4 now? Oh, no. Oh! Oh, Ace in the hole, gonna get blocked. Oh, Cassiopeia.
Is it enough? 3K, Cuz in the pit. At the end of the day, it does not matter because it is
Oh!
to get the soul. KT might be able to
Oh, man. T1 with the soul. Oh, and the ace.
T1 has everybody on KT fall.
And I am starting to hear some silver scrapes in my telecom war.
Oh, my goodness.
My God, T1 stand up, get the Ocean Soul.
No
And they
way.
have made every person in this stadium stand up as well. Doctor,
Dude, no way.
Ultimate immediately. Peter trying
They
to bail
come
him out.
back
They're
and
both so
win.
low, they get pushed out. Then Doran blocking the Caitlyn ultimate, protecting Owner here as they try and kite back into the pit. Meanwhile, on the top side, BDD was running straight at them. Immediately gets deleted there by Keria and Faker on the other side.
And it's Guma skirting alongside the fight. And the fact that Faker, even though BDD got his ultimate off, hit him with the stun. So he didn't actually
Hit him
get
with
to
it.
do the damage that he needed to. As
Hey,
the double
we got a
fake
smile.
out Doran.
We got a smile from Faker.
Moment of the game, Ocean Soul secured for T1.
Plus, in the lead up to that fight, Faker was
Every
fighting
single
so well
dragon.
with the Anivia, and there was a moment where the Mordekaiser was trying to pull him in, but the Trundle Pillar also bumped him out as well. I mean, the annoyance of the late game Anivia, the kiting here that he's able to pull off, really created so much space.
And T1 seemed to perfectly understand their strengths in comparison to KT's.
T1.
Countless times we saw it in draft. And
We're
we've seen it
seeing the
in
life come back.
They do not have
The T1
good
magic.
tools to force picks. So T1 get to stay in these fights at 20% health, 30% health.
This
Once they
this
see that
series
number
is
go down,
crazy.
they know there's no way anyone else is getting on top of them in the back
4.7K
line. Now,
gold
Soul
lead.
in their favor, Flowers in their favor, 5K gold lead, and they're set up to take the first Baron of the game.
It's again costly when it comes to summoners for KT.
Yep,
And
gonna
T1,
quickly attack this
the
Baron.
T1 Baron. Gold lead's there. Ocean Soul is theirs. And KT, we'll see if they
Yeah.
can make something happen.
Owner and T1 have secured
KT
every
can't
single
really
objective in
contest this,
game.
but they kind of have
Cuz
to at this
moving in,
point.
zoned away by the
Oh,
Storm on the
Gragas.
side of the team, but
Oh,
now only
yeah.
Cuz has to ulti. Owner using an ulti of his own just to try and
Mordekaiser
engage
going
more
in. He's
confidence.
isolated though.
Continue fighting. Perfect going into the back line.
Oh no,
Gonna get taken down by
perfect.
Faker. He's in the death row, but Faker's happy with the 1v1.
Oh.
Just in time, he And
Man.
there to seal the deal on the kill. KT
Perfect
desperate
is just
to get anything. They've already lost their top
overextending a
laner.
lot.
The game rapidly slipping away.
They're trying their best to not let this game go to 5 as Doran still searching.
No
T1.
flash for BDD. That crucial piece of CC and exhaust there. But Faker just waiting in the darkness. Guma stacking up the spears. The wall to zone KT
Yeah,
away.
they have to contest
Flash
this,
not there
but
for Cuz either.
I
BDD
do
on the
not
side
think
is
it's
going
gonna
to
go
feel threat.
KT's
The
way.
win from Peter does absolutely nothing. T1, they see a vulnerable opponent. They know what
Oh,
they can
no.
do. As they start
Yeah,
to rip
they're
them
closing
to
in.
shreds.
Oh.
KT is not going to take a bear, and T1 reminding us
That might be the
why
dub
they are
right there.
here, what they can do in a world final.
The T1 ensure that we are going
Oh,
the
man.
distance. We're getting our full
Game
value
5.
out of this series as KT just
I know, the
cannot
people in the
close
stadium must
the
be
gap to
happy,
T1's
bro.
back line.
The turn
They're
off
getting
of
their
Baron,
money's
the
worth
rapid
today.
kills, and now they will secure the objective. Here's another look at it. So Doran had
This
just
is
body slammed
insane.
BDD, and
Dude,
BDD
they're
was
reducing
casting
Tom
the
Kench to like
ultimate
nothing.
chase through the river
They're
here.
just burning
As
him
you
down
see,
so
even
fast
the Tom Kench
with that
trying to eat
soul.
him up, Dr. still has nowhere to go.
The KT feel forced into trying.
They're going the distance.
If Baron goes down, game is as good as lost. And Peter, it's not an enviable job. You're trying to play engage Kench, and I've seen a single man do that well, and he's on the opposite side of the rift. We knew it was a gamble, and that plus the blind Cassio, I think, really getting punished so nicely.
Yeah,
by
Tom
T1
Kench
this
isn't doing
Yeah,
very
the
much
top
at
lane
all this
difference as
game.
well. The Mordekaiser has
Unfortunately.
not gotten a lot of value. He's getting kited a lot, and hasn't had very high value ultimates either. So we'll see as we progress in this series. If we progress, because T1 still have not done it yet. They've got the Dragon Soul and a 9,000 gold lead though.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
definitely should
they're
be able to-
progressing.
At
They're progressing.
20 pedal lead. They have Grubs. We haven't taken a turret yet, Kobe.
They got more items. They got more money. Yeah.
Yeah.
More items,
I
more
know.
money, more
Now, it's good news
kills.
for us.
A
Baron.
comeback happens. If KT
Soul.
can make it happen, then it's something to be considered. Maybe a miracle flash, but it will take that miracle. And for KT, it's so important not to lose sight of the bigger
Caitlin's
picture.
building a
This is
wall
game you
of
could afford to
traps.
lose because of what you won earlier. It might come down to a best of one, but you need to be at your best form for that matchup because this game is looking done and dusted. Owner pushing in the mid lane. KT can't really afford to split as that tower falls. The threat of T1 diving into their back line, a very real threat.
This might be the shortest game yet.
On his Yone,
28
game one
minutes
against
right now.
GT. To find a miraculous
This is
comeback with
crazy.
This game feels so much more dire. About 35
Oh
seconds
no.
till we
T1's
see
gonna
the
do it,
element of
bro.
I don't even know if T1 really wants to wait for it. With 2 inhibitors, they can just decide.
They have come
to
back
pick
from
off.
this situation
No
so many
pressure on them.
times.
Owner waiting, hoping to catch out a member of KT, over eager, knowing how important it is for them to stop the soul from going down. 20 seconds, a TP into the mid lane, maybe going to catch
Oh,
out Guma Yushi
TP.
here. But it's perfect. Again, this is the problem. No matter who TP's in, it's so effortless for T1 to just walk away.
Yeah, perfect. Guma is 2 levels up on the top laner.
Cuz caught out, isolated immediately.
Oh, yeah,
Trying to
this
stay
is
standing,
it.
forced to flash back. BDD
Final
into
battle.
darkness. 3-man, but it's Doran
Oh,
who's turning
hold
it
on.
back. The ulti is decent.
Oh.
Wants to turn it back with the Hanzo
Yeah,
take over the gold
this is
deficit.
it.
It's just too massive. Even a
Yeah,
miracle,
that's game.
even an incredible angle
Dusted.
is not enough in the face of this
Quad.
T1 lineup.
Yep.
The triple, the quadra.
Quad kill.
T1
Dusted.
bringing us to silver scrapes.
Bro. Game 5.
Hopes live in the grand finals.
Bro.
The telecom war has
This
never
world
been
is
this
cinema.
Insane. World's finals.
Nah. Game 5. You're kidding me. I want to go to bed.
Absolute dominance in game 4, though. The story
This is
for T1
insane.
as we get ready for game 5. Let's send it back over to the analyst desk.
It's 6 in the morning.
They're on it again, Dracos. That's what's happening. I can't
2 to
believe
2.
what's happening in front of my eyes. The fact that at every
This is
single
unbelievable.
objective, they look like they could lose the game, but somehow they secure it and somehow they stay ahead despite everything KT threw at them.
I can absolutely believe it because I've seen this happen at Worlds several times and I've seen it happen to my team so many times back in the LCK and in OGN Champions.
Bro,
I don't
she's
think
hurt.
It was louder in this building that when Faker absolutely popped off on Anivia and they showed the damage numbers at 8,568, this entire place was cheering just for that graphic alone.
We see Coma there. He's deep in thought. He, of course, has said before that 2017 is something I regret, right? Let's look at this.
I mean, the players have got to stay locked in. We see them reviewing in that moment, and here is one of those critical plays. Keria pops out of the brush, catches Docdom, and even with Peter there to save him initially,
Tom Kench does whatever he can
It was
to no avail.
So many tense fights that T1 just kept getting the better of KT in. So many of these moments, if they just swung slightly the way of KT, maybe things could have been different. But under this situation, to be down against KT, who's at match point, T1 are just too good.
It's crazy.
At playing from this pressure.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for me that happened in this early game is that whenever T1 looked like they were in a bad spot, even when KT was coming out ahead in the fight, T1 had all of the objectives.
Yeah.
They were chilling until their Anivia just comes online.
All
and
Drakes,
destroys
all
absolutely everyone.
Grubs,
And again,
all
I cannot
Heralds.
understate how strong of a
Wow.
pick Anivia was for Faker in this draft against what KT had drafted.
They went ham on
Very,
the
very good. I asked for like a
objectives.
super cut of all the objectives just because we talked so much about Guma making kind of those mistakes in the game before that, right? And how at this level that does happen. But how does this happen every single time? Is that plot armor?
I mean, it's kind of
It's
crazy.
plot
It
armor.
just feels like they're able to step up in these big
It's rigged.
moments. I think Cuz maybe just barely didn't have
Worlds
a
is
smite. Didn't
rigged.
quite get it off. It was at 6:19. Owner flashes in, auto smite, steals it away. They had so many opportunities where you think, okay, they're finally going to get it. Owner gets in again and steals it. The soul fight was actually Dorian securing it, where Dorian went off in this next fight, Betty.
It was really important for certain players to step up, and given that this series has been the Cuz show, Owner couldn't have picked a better time to show up in this series. Fantastic play around the objectives, and Doran, as you were saying, Azel, his scoreline was not impressive, but the impact that he had in so many of these team fights, like, it was
Look at
truly
the
phenomenal.
Callista
It was, and
damage.
I have to shout out BDD as well, right? Because
And
he gets-
Anivia.
Just like on the Syndra, right? He gets
Nah.
a lot of
Faker's Anivia
stuns. He gets in
goes
there with
crazy.
Casio. He can turn the fight, but you just see at some point that with all the
Eating the
objectives
banana.
that T1 had, and the fact that they were up on the forefront, right, and they have the confidence makes that they just run this one home.
Banana
Absolutely.
Faker,
I mean,
a
I think
rare
Faker may
form.
be regretting giving that man Anivia.
Yeah.
Because Faker, it seemed like he played way better than he did last time on the pick, but also we were talking about it in draft. Eddie and I were talking through, hey, if you're going to blind Casio, you really do need to ban the Anivia. Instead, they elected to take away the Galio and the Hwei, which are comfort picks for Faker. With Faker, there's always going to be something up, but man, Anivia was crazy in this game.
And while we look at the faces of T1, focused, calm, getting ready for the next game, we know that this is a situation where they've been in multiple times before, even just last year against BLG. For KT, I can't imagine the pressure that they must feel, the stress, given that you could be a single game away from lifting a World's Trophy, or it could be done and dusted just like that.
I mean, it's basically going to be the best moment of your life or the worst moment of your life, right? And it's coming in 30 minutes. And we hear
Nah.
interviews from both of the bot laners from T1.
So
where
true.
they're talking about the advantage that they have is the experience. They have been
The
here
stakes
before,
are too high.
I wanted it too much. I was dying to get it. And I think KT
Is
is
bro
gonna be
eating
as well.
another banana?
Yes, they are absolutely dying to get it. We'll get some time to talk on the other end of the break about this man, Emily, but also about the chances of KT. We'll
Is that
be
the same
back
banana or a
for Game
different
5.
one?
The fight just continues to go. 6K getting lower. Doctor
Wow.
trying to get a bit of poke. Pops the takeover connecting.
Game 5.
Power from Peter is good, but it might not
This
be.
is
Move in.
wild.
BDD waiting over the wall. The ulti is there, but they don't need to face him yet. The turn on to Faker isn't enough. 3K, Cuz in the pit. At the end of the day, it does not matter because it is Doran to get the soul. KT might
This
be able
is
to get the point, but
absolutely
there's too
wild.
many members.